good, everybody, and welcome back to J Venti TV. Last night we had another good one. Game 5 box score reaction. Let's get into it. So, the Warriors were able to go up 3-2, 104, 94. Celtics scored about 16 in the first, 23 in the second. Good third quarter, nice 35-point output. That was key and clutch to get them back into the game. Let's see. They had 20 in the fourth quarter, which pretty much proved to be the difference. Going into the fourth quarter, I think that Jordan Poole three put the Warriors up one, if I'm not mistaken. So for the most part, this was a close game. The Warriors got off to a very hot start. I think that lead got up to about 16. Yeah, I think their highest lead was about 16, but as you can see, the Celtics were able to fight back in that third quarter. They were able to get back into the game, which you love to see because me being a Warriors fan, I loved that the Warriors were up 16, but once again, I was disappointed that we were going to see another blowout and seeing that the Celtics were able to turn it around in that second half. It was good to see. It was good basketball to see because you know me, I love basketball, and that doesn't mean blowouts. I like to see close games, down to the wire. I'm on the edge of my seat. It gets me hyped. Like when the teams are going back and forth, and in the second half, that's what we had. That's what we had. The Celtics started off about what 0 for 10, 0 for 11, something like that from three. And in the third quarter, they were able to turn that around. I think at one point they made like six, seven straight threes. I saw three straight threes from the same spot. I'm just like, wow. The Warriors need to clearly cover that spot of the court because the Celtics are on fire. At a certain point, I thought the Celtics might take full control, but every time the Celtics punched, the Warriors were able to punch right back. And yeah, I want to pose a question. Who's y'all finals MVP? If the Warriors win, Steph Curry, right? Right? I mean, you would think that, but we got Andrew Wiggins with 26 and 13. Air Canada. Air Canada, stand up. Andrew Wiggins is giving Steph Curry a nice little run for his money when it comes to that finals MVP. Will he get it? It's tough to say, but what we are seeing from Andrew Wiggins is somebody who has basically been talked down about due to the high expectations, being the number one pick, being the number one option for the Timberwolves at one point. Just, not living up to the hype for the majority of his career, but as we all know, he was able to earn an all-star appearance this year. And in these playoffs, especially these last few games, Andrew Wiggins has been hooping his butt off. And you love to see it. You love to see it as a basketball fan. I love the underdog story. I just, that's how I became a Warriors fan. I fell in love with that underdog mentality. And for them to be here at the top, almost on a fourth championship, it's just beautiful to see. Okay. Clay Thompson was able to give his 21. Clay Thompson played pretty solid, shot 50% from the field, got two steals. Okay. Okay. I can definitely appreciate that from Clay. He wasn't overshooting. He played his role. He was able to knock down some threes, hit a few middies because as you can see, Steph Curry had his worst performance of the finals. 0 for 9. That stands out big. Snapped, what, about 168? I may have the numbers wrong, but 168 postseason games with the three. That seems like a lot. 168. All right, I might be wrong about that. But his streak came to an end, which could mean big things in Game 6 because we're not gonna see another 0 for 9 performance from Steph Curry. He's the GOAT shooter in my opinion, greatest shooter of all time. Argue with me if you want, but that's just facts. And he didn't have a great performance, but his team was able to pick up the slack. As you can see, Gary Payton and Jordan Poole were able to give 29 points combined off the bench, and you love to see that. When you can get around 30 bench points, that's how you know you have a solid team. Teams that make it far usually produce bench points. The starters are nice, but when they are out of the game, when they have to take their breaks, they you need you need bench production. Because as you can see on this side of the floor, it was very evident that the Celtics were struggling. The Celtics were struggling and they were not able to get any bench production. They were I didn't even see Luke Cornett. I think I might have went downstairs to make me a sandwich or something. I didn't see Luke Cornett even get in the game. Yeah, he was in the game for a minute and was able to knock down the three. Yeah, I missed that one. But Grant Williams, 16 minutes, 3 points. Naismith, 3 points. Derek White, 21 minutes, 1 point. It's just the Celtics are hot and cold. They don't have a consistent scoring production. Marcus Smart was able to give 20. You like to see that. Jaylen Brown, even though he had 18, he was 5 for 18. He was very aggressive. I must say he did attack the basket, but that shot was not falling. And honestly, I would like to see. Well, he did what he had to do. He was definitely attacking the basket. His shot just wasn't falling. I, I'll give him that. He was still able to provide 18 points, but it's just not gonna cut it if you don't get bench production. This was the story of the game. The Warriors, they played a solid up and down up and down game. Their roster from from the starters to the bench, they just played solid. And Celtics, on the other hand, they weren't able to get much production from anybody else other than these top three guys. And quite frankly, I think that's going to be the story of this series. I still believe the Warriors are going to take it in seven because I don't think that the Celtics are going to lose 3 games in a row. They're a better team than that, but that game 7 in Golden State, I just feel like it's going to be too much for them. That's going to be a lot of pressure. That's going to be a lot of pressure on these guys, and they can prove me wrong. They can prove me wrong, of course, but I don't believe that they're going to be able to handle that. They're not going to be able to handle that pressure. But this is the NBA, and anything can happen. It's just not looking good for the Celtics. Momentum is not on their side. I think I saw a stat that said 80% of Game 5 winners are usually able to go on and win the championship. And the momentum the Warriors have right now is just it's high. They have very high momentum, and momentum can carry you a long way. Momentum gives you that confidence. It gives you that confidence when 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 you're not playing your best. That momentum can get you going, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this was a great game. Otherwise, both teams didn't shoot the best, but in the end, the Warriors were able to come out with the victory because they played all 4 quarters. The Celtics didn't start good and they didn't end well, and usually that will end up in the L. 104-94. Yeah. This is this has been a good season. This has been a good series. Feel me? I'm ready. I'm ready to break down the off season because unfortunately this will come to an end, but hopefully the Warriors are able to pull out the championship. Got two more games left. Game 6 is Wednesday in Boston. I believe the Celtics will pull that one out because they are at home and they're just not gonna lose 3 in a row. They're gonna come out with an edge and a bite. But if they let those Warriors get hot again, we can be seeing a championship crown tomorrow night. So yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. This has been my breakdown. Game 5. It was a good one. Let's appreciate these last 2 games of the season, and then we're gonna get into the off season. The off season in the NBA, as you know, is very exciting. I'll be here to talk about breaking news. I'll break down your favorite team if you want me to. Feel me? Just comment below if you want me to break down your team. I love talking about basketball. I could talk about it all day. I'm gonna mix in some football, because the NFL season is coming in. Yeah, so I got a lot to say. Feel me? I'm learning. I'm learning to do these videos a little better. I'm gonna have my notes for the upcoming videos. Feel me? We just gonna continually keep on growing. I appreciate any support. Feel me? Subscribe if you like these videos. And yeah, we out. Peace.